Hello, my beautiful Virgo. Welcome to your love reading for early April 2025. I hope you're doing well. I've done a pre-shuffle and it definitely looks like you're indecisive about whether you want to take a leap of faith towards someone. I feel like it's someone new. Spirit is giving me the Page of Wands. So this is someone who you could have been flirting with, someone who is someone who you're quite excited about. But with this King of Wands in the reverse, you don't feel confident in taking the lead. There's definitely cards here suggesting that there's indecision about what move to make, whether you want to, go for gold here. All of these cards. So you've got Two of Wands, Two of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. All energies where you're hesitant. And you've got the Judgment next to the Five of Wands. This is like internal conflict about what to do, about the decision you're being called to make. Don't forget that usually you see the angels blowing the trumpet in the Judgment card. You're being called to take action, but you're just not ready to press go. Because you've got the Moonology cards here and you've got it's time to take action. But you've got a lot of fear holding you back. You've got believe in the impossible. Something inside you is causing doubt about whether you can be successful when it comes to this connection. For whatever reason, you're feeling insecure about this person. Spirit is wanting you to release your insecurities. We've got what do you need to release? You need to have more faith in your dreams and be bold and make the first move. So that's what I'm seeing in your energy, Virgo. I am drawn to this deck here. Let me just dig it out from underneath a pile of decks. Angels and Spirit, show me what's going on for Virgo. Show me what could be holding Virgo back in love, please. Show me what's going on for Virgo, please, in love in early April 2025. Yeah, you're feeling overwhelmed. Maybe the feelings that you're getting are overwhelming you because you are very much a thinker and an analyzer, and this person might have provoked some feelings that you're afraid of. Angels and Spirit, please show me. So I feel like you're avoiding this connection, not out of a lack of interest in the other person. It's fear. Yeah, so you've got repressed feelings going on. You're too scared. You've got worry. Let me see the other person's energy. I've already got a couple of other advice cards for you, but I don't want to go there just quite yet. Let's see the other person's energy. Let's see. Angels and Spirit, please show me who is Virgo's person of interest in early April 2025. Who is Virgo's person of interest, please? Show me clearly. Who is Virgo dealing with? What are their intentions towards Virgo? Show me this person's energy. With the Six of Pentacles, I feel like this person's just trying to match your energy. They're not really quite sure what's going on with you. That's what I'm getting. I feel like they're holding back with initiating anything from you. Sorry, towards you. Yeah, they're not sure what to think about you. We've got the Eight of Swords. They're not sure what move to make. I feel like you could be giving this person, inadvertently, you could be giving this person mixed messages. I'm getting the sense that this person doesn't want to get their hopes up about this connection because they're not sure where they stand with you. I'm also getting the strong indication that this person has been through a lot when it comes to love and they don't want to be disappointed again. That's what I'm getting with this They don't want to get their hopes up when it comes to you. So they're on the fence. They're just waiting for things to develop. I feel like this person is the Nine of Pentacles. They're happy being single. They could be quite independent. They have a lot to bring to the table. So I feel like they're just waiting to see, yeah, what your next move is. That's what it feels like. Angels and Spirit, show me more about this person that Virgo is interested in early April 2025. The Hermit. Interesting. That's usually your energy, Virgo, but I think this person, there's something about this person being happy in their own company. They keep to themselves. This person's very wise as well. Angels and Spirit, please show me. Please show me, what does Virgo need to see about this person? Okay, they're showing me, Spirit is showing me, your person is in a passive energy with the Queen of Cups. It's like they're not going to be too open with their feelings, and they're not going to be vulnerable with you until, you know, you prove yourself, that you prove your genuine interest. Because usually with the Queen of Cups, she's got a lid on her cup. She's the only court card in the cup suit that has a lid on her cup. So I feel like they're reserving their judgment when it comes to you. They're just waiting to see what happens with this Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. See how this horse is not moving? They're just observing. I feel like they're hopeful. They're hopeful about a new beginning in love with you with the Ace of Cups, because I feel like they're happy within themselves. They're in a really good place when it comes to their own personal life. And I feel like they're in a position to go from the Ace of Cups to the Ten of Cups. We've got the Empress. This person is surrounded by abundance. They feel like this connection has potential, but with the Strength card, I feel like they're holding back because A, I feel like they've been hurt, and B, they're willing to be patient. They're willing to see what your intentions are. I feel like they've been through a lot in the past. We have the Devil next to the Six of Swords. This person, you know, with this person's back to the Devil, they're not wanting, as I said to you before, to play any games. They don't want any toxic energy. They're not interested in people who aren't very good at expressing their feelings, or people who don't say what they mean or mean what they say. Page of Pentacles in the reverse. I think they're looking for, you know, the Two of Cups, the Ten of Cups. They're looking for something genuine. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. So let's see, I'm going to use this deck. Before we move on to your advice, we're going to see what this deck says about your person of interest. Show me, what does Virgo need to see about their person of interest? Whoa, just bear with me a second. So Virgo, we've got fed up. So your person, as I keep saying, they've overcome a lot. They've been through a lot when it comes to love. I feel like their tolerance levels are quite low. So you might be a little bit unsure how open and receptive this person is when it comes to, like, should you make advances towards them? Maybe they give off this energy of, you know, being fed up with love generally. Angels and Spirit, please show me. Yeah, I'm getting kind of a jadedness from them. Wounded heart. Yeah, they've been hurt before. Okay, so they're a bit wary when it comes to you. Angels and Spirit, please show me, what does Virgo need to see when it comes to this person? Worn out. Yeah, they're tired. They don't want to entertain any half-hearted effort. That's why the Six of Pentacles came up in their energy. Okay, so your advice, it all makes sense. I feel like you're a little bit too consumed right now, Virgo, with where you could be falling short. I feel like you're being quite critical of yourself. Remember that we're all works in progress. No one's perfect. You're allowed not to be, you're allowed not to be at a point in your life where you're proud about everything that's happening in it. You might not be where you would like to be in terms of your career. You might not be earning as much as you would like to be earning. But don't let that kind of get in the way, because I'm getting the strong sense that this connection is a blessing, and I feel like you are forfeiting something that has great potential just because you're not exactly where you would like to be in other areas. Because this card is saying you may be focusing all of your time and attention on fixing and changing your physical being or your material circumstances, and Spirit is asking you to instead be devoted to the care of your essence. So you, the core of you. And when you do, something really wonderful and powerful will happen right where you're standing. Okay. And you've got a card that says, exactly where I am is exactly where I need to be. So it's saying, don't ignore the blessings that are being presented to you. It says, be open to receiving the gifts being offered to you right now. And you have a card about, what I was saying to you before, about bottling up your feelings or blocking them or repressing them. Trying to hide what I feel does not work, this card says. So it says, you may not have understood that harboring feelings creates tension in a relationship, and that what you feel is an important step towards healing yourself and another. There's a reason why you're feeling what you're feeling. Don't bottle it up. Lovingly express your feelings in a way that honors yourself and others. All right, so let's see what other advice I can get for you. Angels and Spirit, please show me what is the guidance for Virgo in love. What is the guidance for Virgo in love in early April 2025, please? What is the guidance for Virgo? Yes. Sometimes you have to remind yourself that you're something special. You can't be replaced or replicated. So I don't know why you don't feel maybe not good enough for this connection. I feel like you're being a little bit too hard on yourself. Angels and Spirit, show me, what does Virgo need to see when it comes to this connection? And love generally. What is the guidance for Virgo? You might be projecting your insecurities on this person inadvertently. I don't think you're doing it intentionally. It's just there's something that you're doing that's causing this person to be a little bit on guard with you or defensive with you. You've got a card here that says, whenever you tell people they're doing something wrong, they get defensive. Minimize defensiveness in others by giving them the benefit of the doubt and assuming the best. I feel like you might be a little bit judgmental when it comes to this person, or you might be jumping to conclusions when it comes to this person. So for example, all of this energy that's suggesting you're feeling inadequate, you could be assuming that the person that you're interested in is looking for someone who's more established than you, and that is actually inaccurate. So just be mindful of that. Because the next card says, are you pushing someone away so that you can avoid the pain of them pushing you away? Are you rejecting someone? You may need intimacy, but you're terrified that it will lead to something that feels bad. See, you're doing a lot of projecting your fears and insecurities onto this connection. You need to understand that the game of life is rigged in your favor. There are angels playing on your side. As I keep saying, it's almost as if this connection is a gift. It's a blessing, but you are turning your nose up at it. You're pushing it away because you're afraid of what may or may not happen. So there's a need to take a leap of faith. Spirit is saying if things don't go as expected, trust the reroute. But you've got nothing to lose, is what Spirit is saying. Let's have a look at this deck, and then we're going to finish with a message from the Crystal Spirit deck. What is the guidance for Virgo, please? What's the guidance for Virgo in love? What's the guidance for Virgo in love, please, Spirit? Okay, here we go. Spirit is saying there could be a lot of passion in this connection if you allow it. There's a need to maybe be patient. You've got a card that says honor the process of gestation and wait for circumstances to develop. Things are going to work out. Be positive. And you might be afraid of investing in this connection, or maybe your generosity being taken advantage of. There's no need to be afraid of that. You've got a card here that says the more you give, the more you have. Choose to offer comfort, love, wisdom, and inspiration to others where you can, and remember to fill your own cup too. Interesting. You might have been let down in the past. You might have been hurt in the past, and you're afraid to open up to this new connection. But you have a card here that says decide consciously that your past will not determine your story. Okay. Let's see what the Crystal Spirit deck says. Angels and Spirit, please show me, what does Virgo need to see in love? What is the guidance for Virgo in early April 2025? What is the advice for Virgo? Whoa, what is with this? All right, so you got lepidolite. You might be feeling a little bit fatigued at the moment. So lepidolite helps you sleep. Something's keeping you up at night. So lepidolite is talking about the need to take it one day at a time. So you're feeling overwhelmed. So you're getting way too ahead of yourself, thinking, what about if this happens? What about if that happens? So they're saying to slow down and simplify. For you've been turning your attention and your energy on far too many different things, distracting yourself from the wisdom available to you. If you feel lost and overwhelmed, it's no wonder. Fortunately, lepidolite is here to focus you. Problems in relationships have a way of sorting themselves out when we reorient ourselves by simplifying, letting go of the string of worries that has us jumping here and there and feeling that we can never do enough or be enough to make our relationships work. Settle into simplicity and bring the energy of lepidolite into your relationships. Slow down, listen, and say simply, I'm sorry. Yes, I see, just simply be present and focused on the other person, listening to the words that they speak and the messages they send silently through the language of their bodies. And then you'll start to feel calmer. Whatever the challenge, simplicity can help. So maybe, you're just overthinking things. maybe you're highly affected by this retrograde season. I know it's been really intense, but we're nearly there. We're almost there. I feel like there's one more deck that I want to do for you. I think it's the spirit messages. Oh, there's this one as well, sorry. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Angels and Spirit, please show me what is the message for Virgo. What's the message for Virgo in early April 2025? Trust the wait. You're being prepared for your blessings. In order to receive, you have to be ready to receive. Things you are going through now are not random. Trust the flow of the universe. Yes, so there's something about your ability to receive blessings. There's something about you blocking your blessings right now. Angels and Spirit, please show me what is the guidance for Virgo in love. Start of April 2025. What is the guidance for Virgo? Yes, you've got step out of your comfort zone. Dating someone who's not your usual type is a step in the right direction. Release those fears and try to keep an open mind about the possibilities. You've got a card here saying keep your emotions in check. Look, I do feel like there's something about you bottling your feelings, and in doing so, they actually control you rather than you being in control of your emotions. Because what are feelings? Feelings are messengers. And when we ignore the message, it has to keep getting louder and louder and louder to get our attention. Now, I feel like you've put this person up on a pedestal. I was getting that feeling earlier. And that's why you're projecting your insecurities on this person as if they're to blame for your insecurities. So just watch that. And you've got don't get sucked into the gossip mill. Maybe you've had people getting in your ear about this person like, oh no, you wouldn't be able to date this person. No. They've got way too many people competing for their attention. Whatever other people have been saying about this person, you need to ignore. This card says leave the gossip in the past. Don't allow gossip to leave doubt in you or your partner and cause disruption. So I feel like you have to drown out the other voices going on around you in this situation. I hope that this reading was helpful, Virgo. Do leave me feedback in the comment section and I'll see you again soon. Bye.